Hello guys, this is Dr. Laurent Ganry and I'm an OMFS working in Henri Mondor Hospital located in Paris in France, and this is in fact the first video I will do to explain how to prepare 3D objects for 3D modeling thanks to a series of open source software. As you can see here, these three guys, Osiris, MeshLab and NetFab. Osiris is lit version, meaning the open source free version, and MeshLab and NetFab, these two software will be used just after in this video. Basically, I would like to just tell you the other software I usually use in 3D modeling and everything we are doing in the department. So Blender will be a second video. It really is the software of 3D modeling. Blue Sky Plan is something very different just for dental implants, but the good thing with this software is that you can build in an automatic way your surgical guides. Cloud Compare is really nothing, just something to allow you to compare a cloud of mesh, so basically compare two 3D objects for publication purposes. The layer is for cephalometry. We do this analysis usually in France, and Photoshop just for cosmetic purposes, to transform 2D pictures or 3D in fact pictures for rhinoplasty, lifting, anything. So Osiris Lit is really a very powerful viewer of DICOM data. So DICOM data is the term used from data coming out of your CT scan, and as you can see, as soon as you open it, numerous windows will pop out telling you to download the newest version of the MD version, that is not the free version obviously. And basically I will just suggest to go through that and still use the free version, because we publish, describe and test everything with only this free version, and everything is extremely precise. So I just camouflage the name of the patient with this black square. I'm sorry for that. And as you can see, as soon as I select one case, another window telling me to download the new version obviously pop out. And so basically now there is this last window where you just need to wait. You see it's telling you that the MD version is FDA and CE approved obviously, but you just need to wait this button to be ready. It takes at least 15 seconds, maybe 20 sometimes. It's a new thing they did, and now finally you see you can accept. So basically you can see, so it's a viewer, but a very powerful one. You can scroll very fast. It's extremely smooth. It's allow you to reorientate in any direction the CT scan of your patient. For example, the orientation can be changed here just in one click. It's extremely fast. I don't use a powerful computer at all. It's just a Mac. Because unfortunately this Osiris software is only available on Mac, but you have Invesalius on Windows. You can try, and you see sometimes there is a window that pop up and ask you to download the new version. So basically you want to prepare a 3D object, so you go to this tool, the 3D volumic tool, and in an automatic way the CT scan will be extracted and you will have a volumic 3D object. So basically an object that in fact is not a 3D object yet. It's just the computer telling you, giving you more the impression with playing with light and stuff and shadow, that it is a 3D object, but in fact it's not yet. So basically you go to this tool, the 3D tool here, and you hit the low contrast there by double click, and in an automatic way up you have the 3D object, the skull in this case of your patient. And so this tool, I like it. So again, the window that pop up, it's a little bit painful, but we go through, and I like to orientate. You have a nice tool to orientate in really a good way your skull, and basically what I do, I use this tool that basically help you to crop your object, and like that with the box it's extremely easy and fast, and you crop everything you want. For example, here I want to extract the jaws, so I will just keep the infraorbital rim just for orientation purposes in 3D, and in this case I will not even do a Frankfurt plane. I will just erase everything, and not keeping the hearing external hearing canal. I just want to extract the jaw. And then when I'm done, I hit again the tool, and now I'm gonna use, because you have the hyoid bone, some styloid process, everything, I want to be more precise, so you use the scissors tool here, and again window pop, yeah, so we have to start again. That's a little bit painful, but anyway, you just hit escape and that's it. And so you draw it again, and you grab exactly the stuff you want to keep. And so for example here I'm not gonna grab all of the skull, but just the condyle here, and then when I'm happy I hit enter, and I will have all the stuff inside my scissors, and that's it. And really it's a very powerful way to crop everything and prepare a small 3D object in a simple way. Now you have two tools in the middle for the detail that can be really high. Here I just change it, and also here making the surface a little bit more smooth, so you hit that, and well, it's not very visible here, but you will have better example on your computer, but the 3D object is really now really beautiful. Again, this window, you just click that fast. So before there was not this pop-up, but now they did that, so it's a little bit painful, but anyway. So now you go to the 3D surfacing tool, and now this is the tool to explain to the computer that the object here needs to be in 3D, and so 3 axes, X, Y, and Z. So obviously you want the highest resolution. And then you can choose the value of the pixel, meaning the window, so the bone, the soft tissue, or even steel for hardware, for example. So you can hit a predefined value, but this is usually okay for bone. And I hit OK, and even with my small computers, and it's very fast, you have your 3D object. And now this is a really 3D object. And so the only stuff you have to do now is just to export as STL. I went a little bit fast, sorry. So .stl is for stereolithographic object, and that is the object that a 3D printer understand. So you will work only in 3D modeling with .stl to make it easier. So we just rename it skull. Last time the window, we kit the software definitely, and that will be done. So you can do exactly the same maneuver for the fibula. In the papers we have done, I explain exactly how to open a big amount of slides. In the free version you just hit in fact shift and open it, and that helps you to select exactly the amount of slides you want. So you will not be able to import a full CTA of lower extremity, but just a fibula, and that will be enough. And then now you need to use the two next software just to end the preparation of this 3D object, and that is extremely important. In fact, this object is very heavy, very heavy, and so a decent amount of computer will really get slow for 3D modeling in Blender because of this amount of data. And so basically you can transform this object into something 10 times smaller. You can see here the number of faces impressive. You have 300 something thousand faces. Sometimes you have 1 million faces, and that is way too much. And so we can really reduce the number of faces just to make the object lighter, and so for that you go to filter, remeshing, simplification, and reconstruction, and you go to this tool, quadrant edge collapse decimation, and when you do that, then you just need to switch this threshold number by something that will be 0.3, and what we have learned is you have to put 75 for multiple reasons, but to be straight to the point, it's a very good balance between quality and removal of mesh. And so like that, when you're gonna hit apply, you're gonna see the blue bar on the lower here, and look the object, it doesn't change at all. But the number of faces now is twice lower, and that's the idea. But in fact, in size, in data size, it's even lighter than twice. It's maybe 4 or 5 times lighter now. So basically, by just experience, I will recommend for this number of mesh to do it again. Unfortunately, you have to open again with a filter, etc., as you can see here, but the number is already there. You apply, it's way more faster. Really, there was a slight something that changed, but the object is really perfect, and now it's really lighter, so at least 10 times. And that is all the purpose of this software. I only use that for that, but I have to say it's extremely useful, and I will never recommend to not use it, because you really need to perform that to make your computer, and you see now it's extremely fast and fluid and extremely easy to work with. So you export mesh as what as .stl, the usual, and that's it. You just can keep the software. So I forget to rename it, so let's do this now. Let's name it, it's called 2. And now you use the last software, drop and drag, the same way to open it. And basically this software also has only one purpose in my mind, is to repair holes in your 3D object. For example, if you crop it a little bit in a little bit aggressive way, or if you on purpose do some holes in your object, then the red cross here is an automatic tool to repair holes, even in complex shape. You go to automatic repair and you execute the default repair. You don't want to go into something that is too much complicated. It's just a fast step here, and you see, hop, it's already done. There is not a lot of change, obviously, because this object is pretty okay, and you just apply the repair. And now, even if there is still the alarm on the right lower corner, don't be afraid. You just export. You see, we still have 100 and something ages that was changed. You obviously optimize your object, and that is the export. STL is done. And so basically you don't need the software anymore. We're going to use it for other steps in Blender again, but now you have this object, the skull repair, already renamed, that you can use for Blender. And so basically I just want to show you when you're gonna go to your file and gonna import your STL file. So you can see Blender is really not doesn't have an easy interface. There is a lot of stuff everywhere, but in another video I will explain you how to use it. And so you're gonna import your STL, and as you can see here, the difference is about 10 times the size before and after the repair. So this is how I can show you how important it is to go through all of these steps. And basically that's it. I will do another video to explain exactly all the 3D modeling, and I hope that will be enough for you to understand how easy it is to prepare a 3D object. And thank you very much for your attention, and see you in another video.